I am Saranand Rapawar. Today in this video we are looking the information about the antibiotics. First of all, the anti means against, antibiotics means the against the bacteria or microorganisms. The main definition of the antibiotics is the a substance derived from the microorganism or produced synthetically that destroys or the limits the growth of the living microorganism. That is the main definition of the antibiotics. Then the classification of the then the what are the sources of the antibiotics? They are the natural sources, bacterial, or the synthetic sources. Then the natural sources, in that the some microorganisms like fungi. From the fungi there are the some antibiotics are produced, that are the penicillin, graciofulvin. After that the fungi, after that the bacteria. Some bacteria produce the antibiotics, like bacillus species or actinomyces species produce the antibiotics like tetracycline, chloramphenicol, streptomycin. These are the some antibiotics produced by the bacteria. And some antibiotics produced synthetically are the azithromycin, clavum, or these are the some synthetic antibiotics used in now in the early years. Then the classification of the antibiotic according to antimicrobial activity, that is the bactericidal and bacteriostatic. Bactericidal means to kill the bacteria, and bacteriostatic means to pro to inhibit the growth of microorganism. And the classification according to the bacterial spectrum of activity, that is the broad spectrum bacteria and not narrow spectrum antibacterial. That is the in the narrow spectrum, the example is isoniazid, and in the broad spectrum the tetracycline and chloramphenicol are the antibiotics examples. Then the history of the what is the history of the antibiotics? In the 1877, the Louis Pasteur inhibits some microorganisms growth by others, like the anthrax antibiotics used. After that, the in 1908, the Glemo synthesized the sulfonamide. This is the invention. This is the first step of the uh, antibiotic synthesis in the World War. This needs to be the in the World War first and second. There are the many patients or the warriors get suffered from various diseases produced by the microorganisms or other the injuries that is carried. These injuries are suffered by the microorganisms. So the need of the micro antibiotics is so uh, need of the in the need of the antibiotic is in the large quantity. So the antibiotics are made by this scientist. After after that, the term coined by the Louis Pasteur in 1989, the antibiotics. But the Selman Wiskin suggested the word antibiotic. The word antibiotic suggested by the Selman Wixman. In 1947, the Wixman gives the proper definition for the antibiotics. And by his definition, the antibiotics is a chemical substance produced by the microbes that inhibit the growth of and even destroy the microbes, was added later. This is the main definition given by the work Wixman for the antibiotics. Antibiotic classified according to their functions are the beta-lactam antibiotics that inhibit the cell wall synthesis. That is, the example of the beta-lactam antibiotics are the penicillin, cephalosporin, and monobactam. These are the some antibiotics used to inhibit the cell wall synthesis. Inhibition of the cell wall, uh, that is streptomycin, tetracycline, and chloramphenicol. That is the broad spectrum antibiotics. Inhibition of the folic acid synthesis. The examples of the antibiotics are the sulfonamide, trimethoprim. These are some antibiotics in the folic acid synthesis. Inhibition of the nucleic acid synthesis. There are the quinolones and rifampicin. Thank you so much. We will meet soon.